Hello everyone and welcome to another Project Central training video. My name is Jonathan and I'll be your host as we walk through some getting started steps. This will be very high level, not inclusive of all that Project Central has to offer. We do have other resources where you can dive into all the how-to details. The roadmap for getting started will be these process areas that you see here. We'll begin with plan a project, move on to manage a project, and then finally manage across projects. Comes to plan a project, that all begins with accessing Project Central. So for that, you'll be going to the login screen for Project Central. That'll be projectcentral.com/login. You'll be presented with the sign-in screen. You'll use your Microsoft 365 work email credentials, same as you would use to get to any other resources for your business Microsoft 365 account. The very first time that you sign in, you'll be presented with some permission requests. You'll need to accept those permission requests in order to proceed with Project Central. It's just a way to keep things nice and secure as you use the system. You may need the assistance of one of your IT colleagues the very first time you go through that process, but after that, be as easy as signing in and getting to work. Once you're signed in, you'll be able to proceed to create a new project, which is our next stop. Let's just click on Create New Project at the top. We have two choices: start from a blank project, or we can start from one of the built-in templates that we provide. Let's click on that choice, and we're going to choose the social media plan template. I'll just kind of trim this down just a little bit here, and click on Create Project, and we'll be on our way. System is going to ask us for a title, of course. Let's just call this our social media project. Give a little check there. There are other options we can put in here, like a description, some dates, some other information including health, what percentage complete, inviting team members, adding some project tags to describe the project, and even put an image in there. But for now, we're going to click on Exit Setup, and we can come back to some of these elements later on. So here we are inside our social media project that we just created. I'm going to check some notification settings here. I'm going to go on options, and you can see we have some notifications turned on, some overall project notifications when people are invited to participate in the project, and some notifications regarding tasks specifically. You can turn these on or off, up to you, and they're also you could also set these things up at the global level that would apply to all projects, or come in here and make changes for a specific project. We're going to leave things as is. We're going to go back to our dashboard. This time I'd like to actually invite somebody else onto this project so they could help me out. We're going to do a little search over here for Ann Wallace. We will add Ann to our project. You can see we're both in there. Click the checkbox, and we are ready to proceed with project permissions. Check the current permissions. We can go back into our options over here, scroll down a bit, and you'll see a permission section. Right now it's set to not be a private project, which means anybody who's been in the system for any other project within this account will have access to this, but we could make it a private project if we wish, which would mean only those folks that have been invited to this specific project can access it. So for example, if I did not make this a private project, Ann Wallace would be able to participate on this project with us because she has been invited. Let's move on to check the existing tasks in the project. We scroll back up here, and you can see we have a tab here for tasks. It comes pre-populated with tasks because we did create this project from a template. Changes right in line in this task list if I wish, or I can click it open into a full pane over here. I'm just going to add some dates here. We'll add an end date, and we'll close this. Go ahead, add some other dates here, but this time we'll do it in line. And the due date. And we're set for the dates for a couple of tasks. The reason I did that is because I'd now like to go ahead and check what this looks like in a Gantt view. And you can see our tasks on the left and a calendar view on the right there, and there's the tasks with the start and the finish date's just another way to see our tasks represented on the screen here. One other thing you may choose to do within this plan phase here is to connect some files to the project here. So for that, we're just going to click on the Files tab. We'll click in here, and we have two choices. We can paste a link directly to a document library that we have access to within our Microsoft 365 environment, or if we want, we can just search for sites. It'll look through all the document libraries that we have access to, again, that are part of our Microsoft 365 environment. Let's now move on to the manage a project process. So for that, we're going to exit this setup here, go back to our tasks. Just point out that it's very easy once we're managing the project. If we have to move tasks up and down, we could just drag them with the handle here. We could use our keyboard, control click, and with the mouse and move several up and down as well. Very easy to move things around here. Flag tasks that need a little extra attention, just by clicking in, opening up the task panel here, and we can choose to mark a task as being flagged. Close this. You'll see it represented over there with a flag. Very easy, jumps out at us. If we wanted to only filter this list to only show flagged items, we could do that as well. You can make a lot of choices actually with task filters. If you didn't want to see 100% of the tasks, you can choose how to filter that down. Let's just close that guy, and we're going to go and take that flag off now and close the task. So you can see that's been cleared up. See at the top here we have another tab called Activity. This is really neat. It'll show you all the different types of activities that have been going on in this project over time. So it's a nice way to see what has been happening all in one spot. And there's different tabs here to kind of zoom in on particular types of activities that have been going on. Sticking within the manage a project process, let's take a look at how we can update some task statuses. Go back to our task list here. Now, of course, we can click right into a task, open up the this pane over here. We can make changes to it, change dates if we have to. We can change the status, make this one in progress. We could add some comments if we wish. We could add attachments from the file library if we did attach one. And we have some options here as well to delete the task. Let's go back to details, scroll down a bit, you can see description. You could also add some checklist items, sort of like subtasks of the task. So if you want to break down the larger task into smaller bits, checklist is a great way to do that. Another way to adjust tasks is to use our board feature. So let's just click on board. Now board, it is the task list, but represented in cards like you see here. So if I wanted to change the status of any of these tasks over here, I can simply drag them, drop them. This task has now been changed to in progress. If I were to go back to the task list, I would see that task as having the in progress status. So there's a one-to-one correlation between what we do here in the card view with what we see or do in the task list view over here. So that's boards, really neat way to kind of move your tasks around. So once you've been managing the project for a while, you'll be moving into the close phase of the project. When you're ready to close the project, some things you might want to do is maybe go back to the dashboard of the project, make some updates to status, percent complete, health, etc. In the dashboard section over there. The other thing you can choose to do is to save the entire project site as a template. So imagine that you're really happy with how you set this up. You think this will be useful for yourself or maybe teammates to use in the future, not wanting to have to reinvent the wheel. Just come over to options, scroll down. You'll see an option to save the project as a template, and it'll be ready for you to use in the future, or again, anybody who has access to the system. And you can get somewhat granular and choose what should be included in the template. You'll see some options over here. Finally, we move into the last process area here of manage across projects. For that, let's take a look at the top here in the global tabs. We have a My Tasks item over here. This is great. So if you want to see all your open or closed tasks across all projects, not just that one single project we were in, but all the projects where you do have some task assignments to yourself, just come up over here to the My Tasks area, click around, and you'll see you'll see whatever is assigned to you in either of those statuses there. When you're managing across projects, you'll probably want to see some reports about all those projects in one place. We can just click on the projects tab over here, and you'll see all of our projects lined up as cards. If we want, we can change the layout so it's more of a list view. You have some high-level information there. You can sort these by clicking on the column headings. You can turn on some filtering to kind of narrow down the list of projects there. And what you can further do is click on options and choose to export the entire list of projects as either a PDF or as an Excel file. We offer great flexibility with regards to how you can choose to report on your projects. If you'd like to get even higher level information across all the projects, we can go back to this home button here, and you can see plenty of reporting and metrics and key performance indicators looking across all your projects. So we have project health, project status. It'll give you totals across all the projects, the projects that are overdue, top contributors, the most assigned project managers to kind of help you with your resource allocation for project managers, and lots of other really good information, again, going across all the different projects. That brings us to the end of our Getting Started video. I do thank you for joining, and I look forward to the next time.